Most people don't wake up one morning thinking, something is wrong with my arteries. Instead, it starts quietly. You might notice you get tired faster than you used to. Your legs feel heavy after short walks. Your hands or feet feel colder than everyone else's. Maybe there's a tight or uncomfortable feeling in your chest that comes and goes, especially when you're active, and then disappears when you rest. So you brush it off, you tell yourself, I'm just getting older. Or, that's normal at my age, and most seniors do exactly the same thing. The truth is, early artery blockage rarely announces itself with dramatic symptoms. It often shows up as small, everyday changes that feel harmless, familiar, and easy to ignore. These are not emergencies. They're not meant to scare you, but they are early signals your body uses to communicate that blood flow may not be as smooth as it once was, and recognizing them early can make a meaningful difference over time. Before we continue, please remember this video is for general educational purposes only. It is not intended to diagnose, treat, or replace medical advice. If you notice ongoing symptoms or have concerns about your health, it's always best to discuss them with a qualified healthcare professional. To understand why these early signs appear, it helps to know what artery blockage actually means, without medical jargon. Your arteries are flexible blood vessels that carry oxygen-rich blood from your heart to every part of your body. This blood delivers oxygen, nutrients, and energy to your muscles, organs, and brain. When arteries are healthy, blood flows smoothly and efficiently, even when you're active. Over time, however, changes begin to happen. As we age, the inner walls of the arteries naturally become less flexible. Decades of everyday wear and tear, combined with lifestyle factors like diet, physical activity, stress, and smoking history, can cause the artery walls to stiffen. This makes it harder for blood vessels to expand when your body needs more blood, such as during walking, climbing stairs, or physical work. At the same time, a substance called plaque can slowly build up inside the arteries. Plaque is made from cholesterol, fats, calcium, and other materials found in the blood. This buildup doesn't happen overnight. It develops gradually, often over many years, without causing obvious problems at first. As plaque accumulates, it narrows the space inside the artery. Imagine water flowing through a garden hose. When the hose is wide open, water flows freely. But if the hose becomes partially clogged or stiff, the flow slows down, especially when more water is needed. The same thing happens with blood flow in narrowed arteries. In the early stages, the body is very good at compensating. The heart may pump a little harder. Blood may be redirected through smaller vessels. Because of this, many people feel completely fine at rest. Problems tend to show up only during activity, when muscles and organs demand more oxygen than the restricted blood flow can easily deliver. This is why early symptoms are often mild and misleading. You might feel tired sooner than usual, but only when walking uphill or carrying groceries. Your legs may feel heavy or weak, but the feeling goes away when you sit down. You might notice cold hands or feet, especially in cooler rooms, even when others feel comfortable. These signs come and go, which makes them easy to ignore. Chest discomfort can also appear early, but it doesn't always feel like sharp pain. It may feel like pressure, tightness, or a mild squeezing sensation that fades with rest. Many people assume it's indigestion, muscle strain, or stress. Because these sensations disappear when activity stops, the brain naturally minimizes them. The body feels normal again, so the concern fades. Over time, this pattern can repeat for months or even years. Another reason early artery blockage is overlooked is that aging itself causes similar sensations. Muscle mass gradually decreases, balance changes, energy levels aren't what they were at 30 or 40. So, when symptoms appear slowly, they blend into what feels like the natural aging process. But there is an important difference. Normal aging does not typically cause circulation-related symptoms that reliably appear with exertion and ease with rest. That pattern is a clue, not of an emergency, but of reduced blood flow struggling to meet increased demand. It's also important to understand that artery blockage doesn't happen in just one place. The same process can affect the heart, legs, neck, and other parts of the body. That's why symptoms may show up in different ways, depending on which areas are most affected. Early on, the body whispers instead of shouting. The signals are subtle, inconsistent, and easy to rationalize. That's why awareness matters. Recognizing these mild, early changes gives people the opportunity to respond thoughtfully with better habits, medical guidance, and long-term prevention before more serious problems develop. One of the reasons early artery blockage is so often ignored is because the signs don't feel dramatic. They show up quietly during ordinary moments and then disappear before causing real alarm. A common early sign is unusual fatigue during routine activities. You may notice that walking the same distance you've walked for years now leaves you more winded or tired than before. Climbing stairs, mowing the lawn, or carrying groceries may suddenly feel more demanding. This isn't the kind of exhaustion that lasts all day. It tends to appear with effort and improve once you stop and rest. Another subtle signal is a heavy, aching, or tight feeling in the legs. Some people describe it as weakness or cramping, especially in the calves or thighs. It often starts after a few minutes of walking and fades when you sit down. Because the discomfort goes away quickly, many assume it's just sore muscles, joint stiffness, or being out of shape. Cold hands or feet are another commonly overlooked sign. When blood flow is reduced, the body prioritizes vital organs like the heart and brain. As a result, the hands and feet may feel colder than usual, even in mild temperatures. This can be especially noticeable at night or when sitting still. Many seniors assume it's simply poor tolerance to cold or a normal part of aging. Some people notice numbness, tingling, or a pins and needles sensation in the feet or toes. These sensations may come and go and are often blamed on nerve issues, posture, or footwear. While there can be many causes, reduced circulation can play a role, particularly when symptoms worsen with activity and improve with rest. Mild chest discomfort is another early sign that's frequently misunderstood. In early stages, it may not feel like pain at all. Instead, it can feel like pressure, tightness, or a vague sense of discomfort in the chest, shoulders, jaw, or upper back. It often appears during physical or emotional stress and fades when the body relaxes. Because it doesn't match the dramatic chest pain people expect, it's often dismissed as indigestion, muscle strain, or anxiety. What all of these signs have in common is their pattern. They tend to show up during activity, stress, or exertion, when the body needs more oxygen-rich blood, and then improve with rest. This on and off nature makes them easy to ignore. When the discomfort disappears, it feels less important. This is also where early warning signs differ from more severe symptoms. Serious artery blockages are more likely to cause persistent pain, intense discomfort, shortness of breath at rest, dizziness, or sudden weakness. Early signs, by contrast, are subtle and inconsistent. They don't stop you in your tracks, they simply slow you down. Another reason these symptoms are often dismissed is because they overlap with everyday life. Fatigue is common. Stress affects the body in many ways. Muscles ache more as we get older. Energy levels naturally change. When symptoms develop gradually, the brain connects them to normal aging rather than circulation. There's also a strong tendency to adapt. People unconsciously slow their pace, take more breaks, or avoid certain activities without realizing why. This adaptation can mask the progression of symptoms, making the issue feel stable even when it's slowly changing. Recognizing these early signs isn't about panic or self-diagnosis. It's about awareness. When subtle symptoms follow a consistent pattern, appearing with activity and easing with rest, they deserve attention, not fear. Understanding this difference allows seniors to respond early, thoughtfully, and responsibly, long before serious complications arise. If you start noticing these signs, the most important step is not to panic, but also not to ignore them. Early symptoms are your body's way of asking for attention, not sounding an alarm. Paying closer attention to patterns is often more helpful than focusing on any single moment. It's worth taking note if symptoms appear consistently during activity and improve with rest. Feeling unusually tired once in a while is normal, but if you notice the same sensations returning during walks, chores, or physical effort, that's a signal to slow down and listen. Keeping a simple mental or written note of when symptoms occur can be surprisingly useful, when talking with a healthcare professional. One of the most effective daily habits for supporting circulation is regular gentle movement. This doesn't mean intense workouts or pushing through discomfort. Activities like walking, light stretching, swimming, or cycling help encourage blood flow and keep blood vessels more responsive. Even short, frequent movement throughout the day can make a difference, especially for those who spend long periods sitting. And heavy saturated fats can ease the burden on blood vessels as the years go on. Staying well hydrated is another simple but often overlooked habit. Proper hydration helps maintain healthy blood volume and circulation. While hydration alone won't prevent artery problems, it supports overall cardiovascular function and complements other healthy behaviors. Managing stress is also important. Chronic stress can affect blood pressure, heart rate, and blood vessel function. Simple practices like slow breathing, spending time outdoors, maintaining social connections, or engaging in hobbies can help regulate stress levels. These small daily choices support circulation indirectly but meaningfully. Sleep deserves attention as well. Poor or inconsistent sleep can influence blood pressure, metabolism, and inflammation. Establishing regular sleep routines and creating a calm sleep environment supports overall cardiovascular health, especially as the body ages. Equally important is knowing when to involve a healthcare professional. Regular checkups provide an opportunity to discuss symptoms openly, even if they seem mild. Basic screenings such as blood pressure checks, cholesterol tests, and blood sugar monitoring can reveal patterns that aren't obvious day to day. These tools help assess risk and guide personalized advice. If symptoms are new, worsening, or limiting daily activities, that's a strong reason to seek medical guidance. A healthcare provider can help determine whether circulation is playing a role and recommend appropriate next steps. Early conversations often lead to simpler, more manageable solutions. What matters most is consistency. No single habit changes artery health overnight, but small, steady improvements in movement, diet, stress management, and medical follow-up add up over time. Paying attention early allows you to work with your body, not against it, supporting long-term health in a calm, responsible way. To recap, early artery blockage often doesn't announce itself loudly. It shows up as small, repeatable signs: fatigue during activity, heaviness in the legs, cold hands or feet, or mild discomfort that improves with rest. These changes are easy to dismiss, but they're worth noticing. This isn't about fear or alarm. It's about awareness. Your body communicates gradually, especially as it ages. Paying attention to patterns over time allows you to respond thoughtfully rather than react late. Simple daily habits, combined with regular checkups, can support long-term artery health. And if symptoms feel persistent or concerning, having an open conversation with a healthcare professional is always a wise step. Calm awareness today helps protect your health for the years ahead.